Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Coffee Break Podcast. I am your host, Melissa.
And I'm your co-host, Elisa. What is up, everyone? And we have our sound guy, Joe, back. Say what up, guys.
Hey,
Or
what's going
guy.
on? I haven't been here in a while.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been in a long time. He's been doing audio stuff and stuff and stuff.
I mean, half of that's true.
Ha, that's true. Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Break Podcast. For those of you who do not know who we are and you're just like, let me check out this podcast I found on Spotify. Well, let me tell you who we are. We're those three friends today who finally got together for a nice cup of coffee after a long, stressful week of quarantine. We indulge in combos of entertainment, environmental news, and even current events. And sometimes we even get to discuss our hobbies, because everyone needs a little bit of time to vent, if you know what I mean. We also do a coffee of the day segment where we select one type of coffee or tea and give you fun facts or recipes to make them. Yum, yum, yum. So let's get a brewing. Let me see. Joe,
Mm-hmm.
what's our coffee of the day?
Our coffee of the day is the Cold Brew Latte, because what I just found out today is that it's National Cold Brew Day on the day of recording, which is kind of neat.
That is amazing. If you haven't gotten one, you should go get a cold brew right now and inject it in yourself. Don't drink it, inject.
I only found out because I think my favorite coffee place that's nearby is a cold brew place, and they sent me an email saying, "Hey, by the way, 20% off today." Like, I wish I had the money to get you.
I wish I can get you right now. No. As Joe said, it is a cold brew latte. So a while ago, we did a segment on latte, and then we did a segment on cold brew. And now we're going to marry those two together and make a cold brew latte. Now, if you forgot how to make a cold brew latte, cold brew, blah, 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 I'm going to introduce you into those steps again. So how you make this cold brew latte is first we're going to make our cold brew. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some coffee beans. Whatever coffee beans you like, you grab that coffee bean, you grind that coffee bean up, grind it real good. You're gonna put it in a mason jar, or Joe puts it in a rum bottle.
Yeah, you can use anything you want. Old rum bottles are just what I had a lot of at the time.
You put it in a bowl. You can put it in your hands if you wanted to, but you're gonna put it in a jar. You're gonna put cold water in the jar. You're gonna fill it up, and you're gonna let it seep in that jar. You have to close it. Remember to put the lid on. So hopefully you have a lid.
How do I put my lids on my hands? And do I have to stay in the refrigerator the entire time?
You had the choice not to put it in your hands, but you put it in your hands. So yes, you have to stay in the refrigerator while you're your own container for it. So you're going to stay in that fridge for 12 to 8 hours. And if you want to go to 24, you might die, but you'll have good cold brew coffee. And then after that, you're going to take another jar or rum bottle or bowl or your other hands that you found, and you're going to get a coffee filter, put it over the opening, and you're going to pour over the coffee you seep, and it collects like all the coffee grinds. And then boom, you have your cold brew part of your cold brew latte. And then you're going to take that cold brew latte and you're going to pour it over a crap ton of milk because it makes it creamy, because cold brew is acidic, and if you put a lot of milk in it, you're going to make it creamy and it's going to be delicious. Yeah. And if you want to add any other flavors, you add whatever flavor you want. So that's how you make your cold brew latte. Word.
It is surprisingly easy to make cold brew.
It is. It just takes forever.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I've never done it before, but
I
mean, like the lazy way is you just make coffee and then put it in the refrigerator.
That's another way to do it. Instead
essentially.
That's like the lazy way to do it. It's not going to be as good.
It depends, honestly. I put mine in the freezer real quick and it comes out good, but that's like only for dark roast. I tried it with medium roast. It didn't taste that good.
Well, it's also like cold brew is higher in caffeine. It's stronger than normal coffee. If you just make coffee and put it in the fridge, it's just cold coffee.
Don't judge my cold coffee.
Hey, I did it too.
Okay. Leave my cold coffee out of this. It's done nothing to y'all. Oh boy. Melissa.
Yeah.
What is our topic for today?
Today's topic is board games.
Yay!
Yay! And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are playing those at home right now.
I've
Or
been finding
making-
excuses for it.
You're finding excuses for it?
Yeah, even if like people around me might not want to play a board game at that time, there are a lot of cooperative board games that you can just play solo.
Like what?
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like one of the two of my favorite cooperative board games are Pandemic and The Captain is Dead. The Captain is Dead is pretty much like the captain has died, which is a big surprise, and you're the crew and you're trying to get your spaceship to survive the onslaught attack and get out of there. It's a really good game, but the one I want to talk about more because it gets a little real is Pandemic.
No. No.
Yes, because okay, I worked at a board game shop, but before this happened, it closed now due to the whole COVID stuff. And people, the world is okay about talking about this because that game, Pandemic, where you play as like scientists trying to fight off 4 diseases that's taking over the world. That specific game sales skyrocketed. It is a popular game. It gets its own shelf. But it got more. We had to order more and more just to keep them on the shelf because everyone wanted to play a game where they saved the world from a super virus.
Wow, because they have control over that one.
Yeah, it's also a lot for a lot of like I get this a lot too. Working there is I want to play a game with my family, but they're super competitive, and I don't want to start arguments. Like, all right, we'll get a cooperative game. If you don't think you can beat your brother or your sister or your dad in a board game, well, like play with him. Play this cooperative board game. That way, you feel together whether you've lost or not.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mentioned 2 of my favorite board games. What about you guys?
Melissa, what about you?
Well, I actually have never played a board game. Like, I mean, like literal board games. Like, yeah, I was like, I really like Clue and stuff, but nothing like the digital board games that you guys have been playing.
I don't play
or anything like that.
I don't believe in digital board games.
Digital board games can be
okay.
super helpful.
No.
Oh my god, that crunching sound.
Yeah, sorry.
That's not me.
That's me. I dropped my bag.
But yeah, the Clue and Monopoly and all the games that pretty much everyone has at least heard of. Those are like the traditional games that were made by Hasbro like years upon years.
Yeah.
Very popular in the 90s. I think in my house right now, there's like 4 or 5 different versions of Monopoly because I was a collector when I was 10. And NASCAR Monopoly was so much more interesting than normal Monopoly. But Simpsons Monopoly was a lot better than that.
The Simpsons, you said?
Oh, yeah. I've got, I think there's a copy of Simpsons Clue lying somewhere in my closet.
Oh, nice.
Donald Trump had a board game at one point, way back when The Apprentice was a big deal.
Oh, no.
I believe it.
Right, yeah. That must have been fun.
I got it for like Christmas when I was like 12.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
I never played it. I don't know why. Well, this was back when he was like a celebrity like TV star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he was more revered, like, oh, he's a mogul, something like that.
He's a mogul, you said?
Yeah,
mogul. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard mobile, and I was like, is he a mobile cop?
No.
He goes anywhere.
He goes everywhere. Nothing stops him. His way or no way.
I know you've got some favorite board games, Elisa.
Yeah, actually I have a few. One of my favorite ones is Mysterium.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that one a lot because you get to play as like a ghost with like, what do they call psych readers?
Like paranormal investigators,
investigators, and you're trying to help them solve a murder case. And it's pretty fun because you can only help them by using cards with images on it in a dream, and you can't talk. Like the ghost can't talk to you guys. You guys can talk to each other all you want, but I can't talk to y'all.
It's a super interesting game.
I think that's one of the things I like about it is because I don't have to talk.
Well, like that's the hardest part about because if you're the ghost, it's like everything hinges on you. And if you're staring at everyone else who's misinterpreting your dream clues every which way, it just feels awful not to be able to correct them.
And I'm just like, oh man, look at you. Can't get this right. Well, guess you're gonna get another weird dream because you couldn't get that one right. That little red dot in the corner of your card right there, that was a clue. You missed it.
It's a good. It's like coming from like traditional games, like Melissa had said. I recommend it to people who like the game Clue but want to have something different and a little more like involved. Clue's competitive. This one's supposed to be cooperative. And it's got a little. It's got a lot more fun going on with it as opposed to just kind of the roll, the move, take a guess at what's going on in Clue.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games. And that one, and then one I like, some I hate. I just don't like playing it with my friend Marie. Is Risk. I know Joe.
Okay, yeah.
I love it playing with my friends because like my little group I had growing up, we always like try to play at least once in a while, not like every single time we see each other because like it literally be not like Risk game night. It wouldn't be game night, it'd be Risk night.
Yeah, it's an event if you play with enough people.
Yes, my friend literally played it for 8 hours straight once.
That sounds
Oh my
awful.
goodness.
Yeah, the longest I've gone is literally an hour because I get really mad that Marie ended up with 100+ soldiers and she had to take multiple colors, and it just made me mad. And she took over like the whole east side of the world.
Well, like that's the deal with. That's the one thing. Well, not the one thing. That's one of the things I don't like about Risk is the game is often decided before it actually ends. So it's like, oh, Marie had 100+ soldiers. She won the game, but she's gonna actually win it in 30 minutes, and I just have to kind of sit through that.
Yeah, no, we just stop. We're like, yeah, we're done. This is Marie colony. It's fine. We're okay.
This is Marie's world.
We'll pet all the cats. We're fine.
The one version of Risk that I will totally play every chance is Risk Legacy. It's putting everything in a short term. It's a legacy game, which means the games that you play affect the games that come after it. So specifically for Risk Legacy, if one, what's that? Oh yeah, specifically for Risk Legacy, if you win the game, you can put down a major city and name it on anywhere on the map, and from then on, only you can start in that location.
I would prefer that one than the one I have.
It's really good. It also makes so you don't win by controlling the entire board. You win by controlling the. It's a little complicated in this, but you win by controlling other people's starting locations. So you don't have to take everything. You just have to be strong enough to take specific spots.
I feel like that's better than just having more troops on your side. I mean, yeah, that helps, but it doesn't become fun after a while.
Yeah, because it's very like, oh, Marie has 100, she wins. In this case, well, Marie has 100, I can still win if I use my troops better.
Yeah.
I like how Marie is just the dominating player that's not here. That's just the dominating players.
She is, honestly, like every time I think of Risk, I just think of her and my friend Brian, because Brian would get so mad. He like threw a fit and once threw the board, and I was like, alrighty. Alrighty, I get you though. I get you, but also this is mine. So
all right, earthquake, throw the entire board.
I know, earthquake destroyed half the world. And I was like, oh, okay, that happened. But yeah, so that's one of my other games. Melissa, did you name another one?
Did I say I've always wanted to play, like, I don't know if this counts as a board game, but like those games where you have to figure out who committed the murder, but it's not Clue, but it's something else.
Oh, you're talking about like murder mystery party games.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like each person kind of assumes a role and they kind of talk around the party trying to find out who killed Mrs. Beauregard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are cool. I haven't done one of those.
The way she
they're
said,
very interesting.
Yeah, totally. It's
no.
It's
like,
like
yeah.
she doesn't trust.
No, she doesn't trust herself. Not you.
I don't trust myself. Yeah.
She doesn't trust herself. Like when she does, I'm like, what topic is it? She's like, she knows it confidently. Like she knows, she has confidence, but then she second guesses herself, and she's like, I think it's this, and I'm like, yes, you're right. But that's what I love about her. Sorry, let's go on.
But yeah, like I've always wanted to like have a group of people and play something like that. I know that D&T is kind of like that, but
Sort of.
not really board game. But
I mean, like that would count. Anything that's sold at like a board game shop. Like I would also count like Magic the Gathering and other card games like that to be board games. Like they're really card games or tabletop games, but it all can be put under one umbrella.
Are you sure about that?
I would. Yes, I am very sure about that. But I would like to play one of those like murder mystery things, just because like, oh, I'm an oil baron from the deep south. Like I'm not good at a southern accent, but I'm gonna be doing it for the next 3 hours.
He's gonna be pausing. He's like, I reckon.
No, I'm gonna be going full foghorn leghorn.
What'd you say, Melissa?
Declare. You just
Michael
got me thinking of the Office.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you like that kind of stuff, you should watch the movie Knives Out. It's exactly that kind of game, but in a movie form, and it is good.
Okay.
I need to watch that.
It also features Daniel Craig doing his best Foghorn Leghorn impression as he's the detective.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Is it at least good?
Oh, it is. Oh, the accent? He's kind of like the idea of the character is kind of a joke. But he is good at what he does for a few moments. Yeah.
Got it. I need to watch that. But good? Question mark. What other games, Joe, have overall games that you recommend that you enjoy?
That kind of depends on what kind of game you're looking for. I already brought up 2 really good cooperative games.
What about Catan?
Settlers of Catan is one of the OG board games that have been around forever. Kind of one of those that kind of defined a genre for a bit. But its whole deal is you and every other player are on an island, and there's a bunch of hexes with different resources on them. And you roll dice. Whatever the dice show up, it points at some kind of resource, and everyone connected to that hex that resource produces gets stuff. And the whole point is to get as much resources as possible and upgrade your settlements and cities to get as much points as possible. The problem is the island is not big enough for all of you. It might as well just be a Western, but...
Honestly.
The interesting part is from where I can get a lot of certain resources, but I get none of this one that I specifically need. I can ask at the table at any time it's my turn, like, hey, does you want to give me like ore, and I can give you stone? And they can look at me like, well, you really need that ore. Give me if you give me like 4 wood, I'll give you 1 ore. And like, of course not, I'm not gonna do that. It's a terrible thing. And then just big argument happens, and people are underbidding each other. There's always that one person who tries to like terrorize the entire table by pretending to do. Yeah, Marie. I didn't want to give her more compliments about how good she's at board games, but yes, Marie.
I just remembered the anger. You're like, stop it, people! Stop giving in to her. We were just like, all right.
So there's a thing you can do. You can move the robber, and what it does is it steals resources from somebody else. So she holds it up, and she gets a chance to put it somewhere. She goes, if you guys give me a resource, you will not get stolen from. And in my head, like, that's the exact same thing. Of course, I'm not going to do anything about it. But everyone at the table, I think all the 4 other players said, yeah, sure. They all give her a resource. And she looks at me expectingly, and I said, absolutely not. Steal from me, I dare you.
Come on.
Because if I had given her a resource, she would have said, like, well, y'all gave me something. You guys have to give me more. And then she just would have taken the entire thing.
Hey, man, I limit her addiction. And she knows it. And she always does that. We played once when we didn't have Joe with us. And she tried. And I go, you get what you get. And she got mad and wouldn't stop bothering me. we were just teasing each other. Like, we don't really get mad. We're just like, no, me. She's like, okay, me. I'm like, okay.
Well, when she does something like that, where she gets so many free resources, she's obviously going to win. So it turns to a point where like a thing in my brain clicks. I would rather lose than have her win. So I will do bad mistakes just to make it so she doesn't get any more.
Dang, his new mission is to make her lose.
Ooh, I am full of spite.
I am just like, this is fun. I'm having fun. This is great. And then I just keep
This is
continuing
fine.
playing. This is fine. As fires around me, I'm having a great time.
The interesting thing about that game is that you don't even really have to have the board game anymore. On Steam, there is actually a digital version of the board game for like $5 up right now.
Can we like play this for our Let's Play? Let's do this.
If you want to, let me Catan. I'm actually on Steam right now.
Oh my gosh, research up for us.
So Catan Universe is actually free to play. I imagine the expansions are going to be cost some money.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh wow, it is free to play. That's kind of really cool.
Well, that's what we're getting.
Might have to just download this while we're talking.
Dang.
What are some of the board
He's like, I'm already on top of this.
And have you guys ever made your own board game? I never have. But
I've had a few
I
ideas.
think I've heard you, Elisa, say that you made one or something like that.
Yes.
And why haven't I played it?
Yes.
Oh, because it was with our. It's not like sold in stores or anything. It was legit a garage game that we had to make with an acquaintance now. Used to be our friend Melissa. I think you know who I'm kind of talking about.
Not the one that's
okay,
present.
Yeah.
No. Wait, who's present? Not you, Joe. And I made one with them, and it was just something for us to play at the like garage and meetings and stuff like that. But then like it wasn't that great. I was just only doing it because I said, I made one. But that was it. And then it turned into a game. And that one didn't go well either.
I've had a few ideas that have gotten like kind of half thought about it. Everything usually stops when I have to like, all right, to actually test to see if this thing is fun or works, I have to go out and buy like cardstock and scissors and draw everything and make sure everything's okay. Then I needed like 3 other friends to play the game for me to tell me what's wrong with it. And it's a big whole ordeal, and I'd love to do it, but it's a lot of work.
You have to really, really want to do it. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, you really have to be like, yeah, I want to do it.
Oh, I actually have some of the materials on my desk right now. I'm just looking around. It's kind of neat.
Is it finished?
The cards are. I have the rules have a first draft. I'm looking at stuff in my hands that kind of do. And I want to play through a game, but I need to make more and more cards because it's one of the games that has like, I need to have a bunch of little bits and pieces along with a bunch of cards written out. Like I haven't gotten like a third of the game actually made.
It takes time, man. It takes time.
Yeah, but like all the cards I haven't done so far are like the boring ones. Like, hey, you got some resources. I have to make like 20 of those.
Yeah, that's fine.
It says you're not doing it.
I offered to help.
You offered to help with the art, and I don't need art. I need mechanics right now.
I can still help with mechanics. Melissa can do that too.
True.
I volunteer Melissa as tribute.
You volunteering me to do more work.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, we have plenty of time.
I mean,
semi, he's right. No, he's right. Except for if you're an essential worker and you're still going in, like me, which I'm just like, I'm not really that much essential, but I'm still going.
Yeah, board game salesmen aren't essential, so I haven't had a job lately.
Yeah, it's weird times, y'all. It is weird times.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes. But you know what? We're all doing our best here and we're sticking together and, using what technology gave us by Skyping and Zooming and Google Hangouting. And I don't know what else is out there. Oh, the new one, house partying, which is
yeah.
like now I see a lot of people downloading it now. I'm just like, cool beans.
I'm just glad coffee is considered essential.
What?
I'm just glad
I
coffee
know that
is
they're
considered essential. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Melissa.
Sorry. You have to say who you're talking to, Elisa. Otherwise,
sorry, I really didn't know who. I didn't even know. I don't. Okay. What, Joe?
Is this the first misstep of not being in person?
It's fine. I'm looking into your soul digitally. Anyway, what did you say?
Ooh.
Jeff!
I'm just glad coffee's considered essential. Melissa, go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh my God.
Melissa, shame on thee.
We trusted you. Coming from me, who had to tell the same joke 3 times.
So you don't remember what you said?
Oh, I was going to say that I have been hearing a lot of like the, well, not a lot, but like there are several new like services that like Skype and Discord that are becoming semi-dangerous with. And I was just saying, like, to our audience, just be careful downloading anything new.
Yeah.
You don't know how secure it really is just yet. So
If you
be
are
careful.
listening and you have Zoom, don't use Zoom because it's been hacked and it's multiple times already during this quarantine time. So just be careful when you use Zoom and be careful also who you give those links to. So
Yeah, just don't touch shady links. If you don't know what it does.
yeah.
Or if it ends in EXE, you
It's
shouldn't
all
touch
fun
it.
with games until something goes wrong.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, anything that looks suspicious or you didn't ask for it, don't do it. It's like when you don't pick up the phone when you see scam. Likely, don't pick that up. You're not going to click on a random link. You don't know. You don't know, Sonny. You don't know. Yeah. Any other board games you guys have played or want to play or been like, I like this?
Let's see. What is my small list right here? I guess card games count. Yeah, I mean I mentioned that before, but I kind of had like. Do you guys agree? Do you want to hear about card games?
I hear about card games.
Fantastic. That's all I needed. I haven't been able
She
to.
said yes. I didn't say it. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
What's been taking a good, not a good portion, but like I'm bored. I had nothing to do at home. I'm gonna do this. It's because since I can't play a lot of card games physically in front of somebody, there's a lot of digital ones out there that are really easy to pick up on. The biggest one being Magic the Gathering Arena. There's Gwent, which came from the Witcher card game, way back from The Witcher 3. The new one is Legends of Runeterra, and they all kind of have their own differences that you can jump on and kind of see what's fun. But each one of those is free to start up. They all kind of have a microtransaction thing about them. It's just like buying booster packs way back from when you played Pokemon or Magic.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you play, the more cards you get. You can totally play the game for free. It'll just take a lot longer. But each one has its own little unique deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of you guys play like Pokemon or Magic or anything like that when you were younger? Or no?
Pokemon.
I was gonna start playing Magic, but I ended up just being the card collector after a while because I don't know why. For me, I just couldn't. It was a little too hard for me. I guess my brain's small.
Oh my gosh.
Well, like I've if you all you need is like friends that are about the same like level as you. I've had friends that go like super competitive, and I would have a separate deck just for like, all right, cool. I know that whatever you have going on is going to be really tough to fight. I'm going to really think through what's good in my deck. But I had another friend who goes just like, oh my god, goat is a creature type. I'm making a goat deck because it's hilarious. That deck wasn't good, but it was really funny.
What?
There's
That
a goat deck out there.
It's not a good one. It's just the goats appear a lot. There's a card called Trading Post where you could do a bunch of nonsense, and over the course of like 4 turns, you get a goat. Like, all right, that was worth it.
Yay. Well, do you get a screaming goat card?
Oh, there's a creepy goat. Let me see if I can find the goat token. I'm gonna link it. So the was it audio? Audio's not gonna get this, but it's a pretty creepy looking goat.
Oh no, I don't know if I want to get scarred today.
Beyond Death.
I didn't sign up for this. This is the one thing I did not sign up for. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Let's see. Here it is.
No.
I guess you could say that goat is screaming.
Is it screaming in pain?
It's not. It doesn't look like it's having a good time.
Sweet. That doesn't really make anything better.
And
Oh my goodness.
for anyone who wants to look at this, look up Theros Beyond Death Goat Token.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I don't.
It doesn't look like it's having
Oh,
a
he
fun
looks sad.
time.
Oh, like I must nurture. Oh my god, it does look so sad. Oh,
I
those
mean, I
are
can tell you more about it if you want to be more sad.
no, yeah.
He's got
Uh,
really big horns that are
the
all twisted.
the set itself is based around Greek mythology, and what they do. Well, a lot of like Greek myths have like, oh, praise to the gods. We're gonna sacrifice a goat to please Zeus, and that's what that
No,
goat's there for.
no,
Oh my god! That's so messed up.
It's a fun game, I swear. You can make a cat deck, and it's awesome.
Sacrificial goat.
sacrificial goat. No, that poor goat just wanted to be loved, and it has cool horns. Why would you sacrifice a goat with cool horns?
Because it has cool horns.
That doesn't make any sense. Zeus
I'm
better
gonna
not let it die.
I'm gonna go do a palette cleanser here and but link in some cute cards.
No,
Let's see.
oh
Open
no.
image, new tab. Oh, this is a tiny image. Anyone who wants to look it up at home, look up MTG Harmless Offering.
No, that sounds bad already.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
no.
Oh God, that's a link. Don't click on that
What
link.
kind of link is
Broken link.
Oh, because it's from a
message?
product.
Wow.
Wow, only if y'all can see this, how he gave us this code of a link. We have to decode it, Melissa. Are you ready?
My goodness.
She's like,
I
no.
don't know code.
I don't know any code either. Which my boss keeps asking me if I code. I'm like, it's the same thing as I said in the very beginning when you first hired me. No, I don't code. I don't want to be needed. I'm scared of coding.
This one's
Wow.
better.
That's really long.
Whoa, again? Whoa.
No, it's just the same one. I don't know why I can't get a meaningful. Actually, maybe.
Well, I think that's okay though.
There we go.
Did it send?
This is taking longer than I wanted it to, but that should work.
Oh. Oh my god.
It's so adorable.
Offering too? Like a sacrificial?
No, this is just a cute cat.
Oh, it's so cute. It's so little chubby wubby. It's so cool. Oh, he bit that guy's stomach. Oh.
No.
I didn't see. I just saw something. Look at its tail.
Tail's a snake.
The tail has a no. It has a face.
Oh, it has a
Okay,
snake on it. Oh.
So I didn't know that about this card before I saw it close up. I just saw it as the cute cat. But
Wow.
this set of cards is about, it's vampire, zombie, werewolf land. It's like gothic horror stuff combined with Cthulhu. So I guess that cute cat is a Cthulian horror. You're just giving it to somebody. Okay, I didn't know this card was dark.
All right. Well, that escalated quickly.
I'm gonna stop posting. I would still take it.
You're like cuddling with it, and the snake are just biting you.
If it learns to love me, then it's just gonna defend me after that.
That's what you think. Hopefully, it's not venomous. Wait, venom. Am I saying that right? No, venom.
Venomous is if it bites you, you die.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully, it's not venomous, so you don't die.
You were just talking about how Melissa said stuff with question marks.
Hey, I already told our viewers my English is horrible. I'm bad, so everyone already knows. So different. So yeah. All right. Is there anything else we want to discuss on board games?
I mean, I'm happy. I can talk about board games all day, but if we need the podcast to be over, then that's just how it has to be.
It doesn't have to be over. If you want to share more, you can share more. I'm just opening the field up. Or not. Like, oh, my favorite game that we played a few times also was Red Flags, the card game.
We can talk about party games. Yeah.
That's a great party game. If you want to sabotage friends and not really date your friends, but like you want to, but you don't want to. Anyway, so let me explain what this game is before I get weird. So Red Flags.
It's gonna get weird.
It is a weird game. It's like those 90s dating shows where they put that one person on one side of the wall and 3 other people, and they're like, person number 1, what do you like to do? I like to walk on beaches and the moon when I can. I don't know.
I like to walk on beaches on the moon. I didn't know the had oceans.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you think about it. The waves are created by the moon, so let's think about that for a second.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So this is like where you get a handful of a handful of cards. I cannot talk all day today as I'm talking on the podcast. A handful of cards, and it's gonna be like red cards and white cards. So white cards are good things about you. So you go around, you're saying like, oh, you put 2 white cards on saying like, oh, I'm a pro Olympic medalist and I can give you all the coffee you want in the world. And everyone says something good about themselves. But the person to your left or to your right uses a red card, be like, yeah, he's an Olympus and he gives you all the coffee in the world. But did you know he dreams about his mama all the time? I don't know. And it's like you're just sabotaging them to get picked as like the person to date that one. It's like Cards Against Humanity. But
it is
dating.
Also, the red card that Elisa used as an example isn't even that bad in comparison to the rest.
No, I don't want to say. I don't know. One of the ones I got that scarred me was every single time I laughed, I shit myself. That wasn't a fun one. That wasn't a nice one.
Oh my
goodness. My favorite combo I've seen, I think actually it's on the back of the box. It's the 2 white cards that this person played for himself to make him seem attractive is he loves cuddling, or this person loves cuddling, because who doesn't? And actually I have a private island in like the Bahamas somewhere that we can use anytime. Oh, that's really cool. Those are 2 really cool things. But the red card is secretly plotting to kill you.
Oh
so
my God.
All of a sudden I don't want to cuddle with someone on a private island who's trying to kill me. Okay.
That's fine. Which is funny that you say private island. There's a new show on Netflix called Too Hot to Handle, and that just reminds me of it. And this show makes me very uncomfortable. At the same time, it's entertaining. Anyway. But yeah, so it's a fun card game when you're trying to sabotage people, and you just see the true side of your friends and who they really are.
Oh.
As Joe villainly laughs about that.
Well, like it's one of my favorite games because it lets me like act out something what's going on, and like multiple people, not just including me, have played cards and like become the character for a minute. Someone was like like, oh, hello, my name is whatever, and I do this, and that's not his voice, it's not his persona, but it's I played cards that make that voice work, and that's just something to make it funnier.
Yeah, it's always fun when people get really into it.
That's true. It does because it creates more atmosphere and mood. Ow, and mood. Wires are everywhere. What's another game y'all want to talk about?
What was it?
What games did you play when you were other than Clue? What games did you play when you were younger, Melissa?
Oh, like Candyland, Life.
Heck yeah. Candyland. I still play that today. They made that game harder.
Monopoly.
Oh, that ruins friendships.
Yeah. The game that ruins friendships. That's for sure.
Yes.
I played Sorry before. Those are really fun.
In a similar way that like I would play Mysterium if you want something that's like Clue but different. I would play, instead of Monopoly, I would upgrade to Lords of Waterdeep. For anyone who likes D&D, Waterdeep is actually like an official in-canon like city, and it's kind of based around that. It's a similar deal where you're trying to get resources to kind of complete different objectives, but what makes it like Monopoly is that you can actually buy different spaces on the board. So instead of buying like Park Avenue, you buy a different space that does something very specific that anyone can use. But if any of the opponents use it, you get a bonus. They're pretty much paying you for the opportunity to use the building that you paid for. It's a very neat kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like when you play someone's music and you have to pay them to be able to use it so you don't get in trouble for copywriting. Got it.
Exactly. Sounds like you know exactly what that is.
Oh, I know. Don't get
I
me
may know
started.
a thing or two.
Just a few. I mean, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I think I am.
An expert on copywriting other people's work.
Of getting permission and Facebook telling me that you don't when I do, and I have proof of it, and they don't want to air it still. And then I just get mad and I cry in the corner. I have the
There's a traditional game that I like playing. It's called La Loteria, and
oh yes,
basically, yeah. That was very, very old school for me. We still play it till this day, and it's a lot of fun, especially when you get people who are willing to, spend a little bit of money, like real life money. It's so fun.
I did that with candy when I was younger, because like when I'm like 8, I don't have $10 to drop on Loteria. I just have like, all right, cool. I got a Twix bar. How about that? All right, cool.
It's the king size.
But yeah, when you're little.
Yeah. Promoting gambling for underage.
It was like a nickel in or a peso.
I remember using uncooked beans as the markers.
Yeah.
Which feels right.
Yeah, no.
It's a really fun game. Also, the game Uno. Uno's like all time, like people still ride for Uno.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I mean, it's digital too, so yes, always.
Whenever I play Uno with my friends, it always ends up becoming really aggressive, like oppressively aggressive. It's because we play with the optional rule that if I make you draw 2 with the draw 2 card, if you have a draw 2 in your hand, you can play it as your turn, and the next person has to draw 4, and that keeps going until you run out of draw 2s, and the person at the end is stuck with everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
I just found out on Reddit that you're not allowed to stack those cards.
It don't matter. It's more fun. Fun that way.
But a lot of people still do it, obviously, because it's funner.
No, I hate that rule. I hate that rule.
I love it so much.
No, I hate it. Especially when I would play with kids and they don't really understand fully of the rules. And I'm trying to teach them as I'm playing and telling them to stop stacking it because they know I don't have any because I was trying to show them how to do it. And like, you're only winning because I'm letting you win.
Well, like, you can see which kids will just like, use those cards right away or actually strategically use them. You're like, oh, okay, I see you.
I see what you do, son. I see you.
I enjoy playing it because it makes it so, like, I could play a draw 2, but everyone has a lot of cards in their hand. It's just going to roll back to me, like, as soon as possible. So you want to hold it back. It's also the point where, like, if you play a draw 2, the person or the whole table does until it gets to the person right before you, and you're staring at them like, please don't. Please, I don't want to draw 2.
Yeah, you're like, please don't. I beg you.
Right.
Just don't be a jerk. Oh man. Well, I think that is all for today's episode. Whoop whoop. We talked about, so if you're bored at quarantine, you're stuck at home, or you can go trip real quick to Walmart or Target or anywhere that sells board games, get these board games that we talked about, or check them up online, get a Steam account, get some awesome games.
Online might be your best bet. A lot of board games everywhere are almost sold out. It's very tough to find some.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Joe, you should probably start making yours. So when everyone's like, we need one, you can be like, have no fear. And then you just throw a bunch of horribly cut cardstocks at them. And they're like, this is the game. And they'll be like, this is amazing.
Is being paper cut part of the game? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Here's a Band-Aid. But it's being used. I didn't say it was nice. You're being picky. Just play the game. Yes. Well, thank you to our amazing guest, Joe. Of course, this is always brought to you by Elite 23 Shopping. Get some awesome clothing you want and some ones that we designed for y'all to appreciate some amazing art, especially Melissa's, because Melissa's is amazing art. Because she's amazing.
I just saw you upload something, so
And that's okay, girl. It's decent.
it's good. I'm seeing a lot of improvement.
Oh my god, Melissa's been with me at day one of my stupid drawing skills, and now she's like, I get you. I'm like, I know, Melissa. I know, aren't you proud of me? She's been my goal of drawing skills, and I'm halfway there, I think. She can still do a lot of stuff.
You're there.
No, I've seen some of your stuff where I'm just like, look at that hand. I can't draw a hand. This if you want to use code CVP, that segue, you get 30% off your whole purchase if you go to Elite 23 Shopping for 30% off your whole purchase with code CBP. So thank you so much, guys. What else is there?
If you like what we do here, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more notifications.
Ring-a-ling-a-ding. Ring-a-ling-a-ding. Joe, do you want to say anything to our viewers before we go?
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm done. Bye. I've been with these people too long. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Follow us on Podbean, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you guys are on those platforms, subscribe to us on YouTube, like Melissa was saying. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Please stay safe. Wear a mask. Keep your hands to yourself. 6 feet. Y'all should be keeping your hands to yourself, period, anyway. Yeah, nasties. Yeah, be safe out there. Be awesome. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.